Welcome back to 12th Man Studios and The Beat. Spring ball is in the books. We closed it with the playing of the maroon and white game on Saturday. We now have our head coach, Jimbo Fisher, in to talk about those sessions and the ball game that was a tightly contested one. And let's start right there, Coach. I think if one thing you got to be pleased with is it was so close, and competition was bred out.
It was. They competed very well. They drafted very well. Each team had a strength. Some guys would get some of the interior starting guys, and other guys had edge guys. Other guys had some receivers. Other guys had some back. I mean, it was interesting when one would start to get an advantage. It was interesting watching the draft. When one would get an up, no, we got to come back and get this. They did a good job of that, but it made it very competitive, and that was the key. The one thing I loved about the game. All right, one team got ahead. Another team didn't panic, mounted its way back. The other team said, okay, they've changed the momentum. And instead of panicking, took a drive right back down. Then the other team took a drive back down and had a chance to win the game. So, I thought from a composure standpoint, how they competed in the game was good. There were some mistakes. The big mistakes, probably the 2 turnovers by the Maroon team. Had a chance to go in and one backed up, but that just shows you. And they dominated the game probably statistically by yardage. But that's what we always talk about. You got to play situational football. But what I loved about the competition of the game, and no one panicked, and the game was more decided by guys making plays than by other guys busting assignments, which encouraged me also.
And it means if it's tight late, you get to work on those situations. You had a touchdown with under 2 minutes left, and like you mentioned, a throw to the end zone.
You do. And managing those situations, we work a ton of 2 minute before the half, and understanding, and momentum swing, how to deal with that, how to finalize in the red zone, but how to manage the clock. 2 minutes in college football is an eternity because you can stop it with the first down. So that makes a big deal of being able to still attack the middle field.
At halftime, you gave some spring awards, and the MVP for the 15 practices was the tight end Jay Sternberger. Boy, he really validated it with 2 touchdowns in the maroon and white game. This is going to be an important guy to your offense.
It is. When you have a tight end, one, great on third down, great play action, great in the red zone. But then when that guy can get vertical, when your tight end can get vertical, that adds another dimension. And defensively, you really have to respect that, which takes pressure off other receivers, other backs in that scenario. So that's actually the first time ever, though. I've been around some really good tight ends. First time I've ever had a tight end be MVP of the spring.
It bodes well.
Yeah.
Off season now, and that means Jerry Schmidt puts his hands on things, and that's a guy a lot of people have been raving about since his arrival.
Oh, he's done a great job since he got here. It's one of the most important hires you have, and that's why I went out and got him. He did a great job with our team beforehand. And just like they say, people say, okay, they get to relax. No, really, it just now starts because now we've at least set the foundation for how we work, what we do, and they have a general idea, not only weight and conditioning-wise, strength and conditioning-wise, but also schematically being able to watch film and understand what they're looking at. And understand, go back and look at cut-ups of previous teams that all of us different coaches have been on that say this is how it's done right, and then compare it to yourself. And then, hey, I understand I can get better here. Now is where you're going to find out how important it is to our players about their detail and how much film watch they have, and then the little bit of walkthrough time and things that we're allowed with them once the offseason starts this summer, being able to polish those things. When we get to fall camp, we're that much better.
And then the quarterbacks, think of yourself convening early in August. Is there something you look for that first week that says, he really made the most of the offseason, maybe this is my guy to lead the team?
I think that you'll know when you know. And it may be something, you have 2 guys that are productive, you find ways to use both guys. I'm not going to say, I know you don't always want to do that, but you don't always want to go against it. You got to kind of let things play out. I had 2 guys in the spring right there that I thought were very productive. You saw in the game, I thought both were very productive. As Nick threw for 373 yards, he had 1 mistake, but he had also some and I love the way he bounced back from that. It didn't affect him. He bounced back, because you're going to make mistakes in games. That's going to happen. But he bounced back, had a critical drive, tied his team up, and then almost gave his team a chance to win. Kellen started a little slower, but then didn't panic in the game and didn't get frustrated and make mistakes. Then took advantage of his opportunities, got the lead, had a great drive starting the second half, which I think is really, you can steal games right there too. How you finish the first half, how you start the second half, getting the momentum. And then when the other team got the momentum back, he gradually took us on a big-time drive down to get a score there. So both guys I thought really did good. And Blummer came in and made plays, running with the ball and actually threw a touchdown.
All right, Coach. As always, we appreciate the time. Best of luck through the offseason. August 30th, be here before you know it.
Yeah, unfortunately.